Coronation Street could be set to see another one of its residents die in a horror Christmas storyline, as it seems history might be about to repeat itself on the ITV soap. Christmas has always been a dramatic occasion on Coronation Street, with long-harbored secrets coming to the surface, and sometimes it has meant the end of the line for the show's most beloved characters. After a difficult 2 years, the residents of the Cobbles will be hoping to inject some community spirit back into Weatherfield. However, as preparations get underway, it seems there are several favorites who could meet their maker as a deadly set of events fall into place on the ITV soap. The Christmas of 2019 was one to remember on the Cobbles, with a Christmas market getting all the residents of Weatherfield excited for the festive season. Unfortunately, it was also the culmination of Gary Windass, played by Mikey North, super-villain storyline which saw one of his enemies, Derek Milligan, Craig Else, run rampage with a gun. As well as shooting Shona Ramsey, Julia Goulding, and leaving her with a severe brain injury, he also killed Robert Preston, Tristan Gemmell. This left the residents of Weatherfield terrified to ever host such an event again, worrying it could end in another bloodbath. However, it seems in next week's episodes of the weeknight serial drama, a case will be put forward to see the Christmas market return. After Max Turner, Paddy Beaver, posts a controversial video online, the residents of the Cobbles are left seething with his behavior. With so much anger lingering amongst the neighbours of the UK's most iconic street, Roy Cropper, David Nielsen, calls for peace. He tells them they need to do something positive for the community and suggests they reinstate the Christmas market to do this. From the sales of the stalls and rides, Roy says they should donate a portion of the profits to charity as part of a goodwill gesture. It seems his comrades will get on board with the idea, but history could repeat itself with the death of a beloved character taking place. Although it might not be as dramatic as a gun siege, something could happen which will end one of the residents' time on the Cobbles. One person it could be is Curtis Delamere, Sam Retford, who has made quite the impression on the show since he arrived earlier this year. The youngster is currently enjoying a romance with Emma Brooker, Alexandra Mardell, but he is also suffering from a terminal heart condition. This means he could drop dead at any point, and so in the spirit of living in the moment, he recently proposed to his girlfriend. They look set to enjoy a Christmas wedding this year as they put the events of the past year behind them, but could heartache be on the horizon? Just as they are about to say their vows, Curtis could take ill and pass away in his partner's arms, leaving her utterly heartbroken. Another person who could find themselves struck down by the Grim Reaper could be Tim Metcalf, Joe Duttine, as he has experienced health problems in the past. A couple of years ago, the beloved character suffered from a heart attack, leaving his wife Sally fearing she was going to lose him. Ever since, she has put him on a strict diet and an exercise regime to ensure he is less susceptible to another attack. Unfortunately, as the festive season approaches, he could become more relaxed about his lifestyle choices and find himself falling into old habits. However, as he takes things a step too far, could he suffer a fatal heart attack this time around as he dies on Christmas Day? Another character in contention to meet their maker could be Gary, as his crimes come back to haunt him once more. After becoming the supervillain of the Cobbles for a short period before going through a spell of redemption, it seems he is getting his life back on track. Though, this doesn't mean some old faces from his days as a loan shark can't rear their heads again to cause him more trouble. Viewers never saw whether Gary actually killed his arch-nemesis Rick Nealon, Greg Wood, a couple of years ago, and so there is still the possibility the villain could return. Knowing how much trouble Gary has caused him and wanting revenge for his near-death experience, Rick could shoot his target. This would bring an end to the beloved character's time on the Cobbles, thinking he had got away with his crimes. Executive producer Ian MacLeod has hinted at what's to come following recent events on the Cobbles, explaining, "Having done a number of event weeks, it's only worth doing if the aftermath is more interesting than the week. It's all very well blowing up the street, so to speak, but it only means so much if it doesn't change lives or have an aftermath. There are brilliant final chapters but exciting novel and new chapters in other stories, some of which are surprising. It's a launchpad for Christmas and New Year, absolutely, he told Metro.co.uk.